Welcome to the Bach Boys. We are boys who love the Bach. Boys, should we toast to our inaugural episode?
Hear, hear.
Here. I'm Ryan S.
I'm Casey S.
I'm Daniel B.
And I'm Jake C.
And we are boys who love the Bach. You should follow us on Twitter at Bach Boys. You can follow us on Instagram as well at The Bach Boys. And for more information on us, the boys, Ben, and the ladies, you could go to www.batchboys.net. Not .com, because we didn't want .com. It wasn't that we couldn't get it. It was just, .com's for losers. So, but tonight's not about us. It's about Ben and his journey to love beginning.
Perfect, Ben.
And I'd like to think we're all pretty excited.
I have never seen just a better bachelor, and I know that we've had some discord about this, but I think that his nickname of Perfect Ben is accurate.
Well, ABC seems to certainly think he's a perfect guy, and they're really pushing the hashtag Perfect Ben. What do we all think? I mean,
well, a little on me. I'm actually the most rookie of all the people here. All these people right now are expert Bachelor fans, especially Mr. Ryan S. right here. But this is my first season of The Bachelor, only having watched Caitlin Bristow's season before.
Of The Bachelorette.
And Ben was my favorite contestant.
And you've seen some sporadic Bachelor Pad.
I actually haven't seen
Bachelor
any.
Paradise.
I haven't seen any.
Bachelor Pad is long gone. Pour one out. Don't pour one out. It's a nice
love
tablecloth.
Ben so much. He was my favorite on Caitlin's, and so I'm just excited for his small town morals, his family values. What a great guy, and so photogenic.
And he loves basketball enough to play it on a gravel court, which
True.
he definitely could afford a better court by
Growing
now.
up in Warsaw, you have to love basketball. Everybody knows that.
Poland?
Oh, no, sorry.
No, he was from Warsaw, though,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Warsaw,
Warsaw,
Indiana,
yeah.
but yeah.
Probably
Okay.
a little bit nicer town. I think he's a great guy, you know. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I've been keeping this from you the whole time we've been planning this. I don't trust Ben. I don't trust Ben as far as I could throw him, because he's a small guy. I don't like. Look, I think he's a really nice guy. I think he's very photogenic. I think he's very personable. But I don't know that he is here for the right reasons. That's the fact of the matter. Well,
How can you even say that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it to one of my central Ben points, and this is probably like the core crux of all things Bachelor. It's that Ben thought that he was unlovable, and that's the thing. He thought that, and he's come here. He's put himself out there.
his
with
parents
25
also
women.
seem to think that. They were like, "Oh, Ben, we understand. We understand where you're coming from with the unlovable sentiment."
We can see why you said that.
When you
least supportive parents of all time.
when you came out of my womb, I knew you were unlovable.
Yeah, they had a tough time. It was a real adjustment for them as his parents, I imagine. But you were saying.
That yes, he said he opened up to America, said that he felt unlovable, and did so on Caitlin's season, of course, and then now has continued that mantra and allowed it to fuel his journey for love, which I think makes him a perfect Bachelor candidate.
But this is where my problem with Ben comes from, is that it's so obvious he's not unlovable. I mean, he's a very classically good-looking guy. He's not that. He's pretty boring. I'll give it to him. That makes him hard to love, I think. But he's nice, I guess, and
I don't know. I feel like boring's a bit of a harsh word. I think what you mean is that he isn't typical.
he's not good at banter. I felt like the girls were bantering with him, and he was just like, yeah.
No, I think the girls were trying to perform with him, and he was just trying to have a legitimate, genuine conversation. You know, he didn't want to get into the romance and you know, the producer stank. He wanted to stick with it himself and just have at least the first night just be normal.
Term clarification for the audience. Producer stank is that moment when you're watching The Bachelor or Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and you know the contestant is only doing something because the producer told them to explicitly to do that thing that they're doing.
But that's the thing. I don't think Ben is doing that. I
No,
feel like
he's
it genuinely comes from his heart, his Indiana boy heart. He spent a lot of days out on the playground dreaming of how he would be on The Bachelor.
Chasing girls.
Yes.
Chasing girls.
Yes. As he said. And we saw his first kiss at the movie theater or whatever. It felt like we were watching a home movie. I'll give it to him.
It was like a hometown date, like for us as the audience, like episode 1.
Casey was so happy to be on a hometown date with Ben. He really
it's
likes
the first
Ben.
one-on-one I've had with him, and I can't believe it.
He values the time, and as we all do, you know. But I don't think Ben's old enough to be like considering marriage, because the show claims he's 26, which, fun fact, he's actually 27. His birthday is March 23rd, 1988, and they keep saying he's 26. So I don't know. That's a red flag to me. Why are they lying about his age?
Was it when they were
Didn't they
recording
just
it?
shoot
Maybe
it? When
No,
he was-
because they recorded this after Caitlin's season, which means that they would have had to record it sometime in the spring, which is his birthday was March. I think.
Yeah,
And
I think you're right.
they're cheesing somehow. They're
Look,
doing.
he could be 13. I'd still love him.
He'd still go. Casey would still go on a.
beautiful. He's a beautiful man.
Casey would go on a hometown date with a 13-year-old.
I'd
you
show him what a
see
real
his-
basketball court is like. I'd take him to Hollywood and say, "Let's play, Ben."
Yeah, you could teach him a few things.
Yeah.
You're a tall guy.
I mean, did you see his haircut? It was perfect. It was perfect fade.
That
he
fade,
looked
he rocked
great.
that
His
fade.
suit was gorgeous. He's a hell of a guy.
You know what I don't think we saw until the preview of the coming season was Ben shirtless.
Oh,
Did we?
No,
I don't believe we did.
because for him it's not a defining trait. Whereas for like a Sean Lowe, like that man, that man's a god. He has the body of an Adonis.
Perfect Sean.
A perfect Sean. Hashtag perfect Sean. I think it was great to see him again on this episode. But yeah, Ben's got that like approachable, good-looking thing. You know.
Yeah,
He's-
he doesn't need the crutch of I'm attractive from here down. You know, all he needed to do was smile.
That's what you
and-
got going on,
and
right,
listen.
Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I go to the gym, but I don't flaunt. You know what I mean? Like, I put in what I need to put in.
Well, you
and I get
natu-
out what I deserve.
You naturally peacock, though. I feel like.
I suppose.
I just don't think Ben's cut out for TV. I think he's a real life kind of guy. Like, hell of a catch, right?
Hell of a catch. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He seems very nice. He says all the right things. But
Is he ready for TV love?
is he ready for marriage? Is he looking for that kind of commitment? I don't think so.
Listen, Ben, when you watch it, I'm supporting you. So
I support.
I'm supporting
Oh,
you
I
too.
support
No, you
him.
don't get to.
No, we all support.
You already casted your
Yeah.
doubt.
I hope the best for him. I just think I don't think Ben needs this show. I think even if he goes through the whole show and doesn't find anybody or find someone, he's gonna have a million more girls chasing after him, and I think he knows that. And maybe I'm a little skeptical, and maybe I'm not being so romantic, but I have my doubts.
Look,
You know
I feel like Ben is the kind of guy who, like, when you go to your family reunion, like, he's the uncle you were excited to see, like, not the one who like gives you champagne and like wants you to. Don't ask me. Don't ask me about growing up. I don't want to
The
talk about
creepy
it.
uncle who takes you down to the basement to show you his
All right,
secret
all right,
collection.
all right,
It's
all right.
not
I'm
him.
just saying.
It's not him. What
That didn't
he
happen
is,
to me. It happened to Casey.
he's the uncle who takes you out front, throws the football around for at least a modest 15 to 20 before you got to go in for turkey. Real good guy. Love him.
Just like Leah, aka Radio.
And we'll get there. Should we go to the ladies?
Yeah, let's go to the ladies. I
Well,
mean,
before we move away, can I throw in one quick thing?
sure, absolutely.
Okay. I just want to say, with all these assumptions, right, that Ben may be using to hang in there a little bit longer to get that exposure, that personal exposure.
I don't think he needs
may-
exposure. He's not like a man in a public, platform for his career or anything. I think just like he said it himself. Actually, he said something like, "I'm a small town boy, and now I'm living this life." And it's like I think he's a little caught up in everything. I don't know.
Well, maybe by saying that he's on level, he actually has a lot more in common with one of the contestants that we'll be getting to later than we think.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
because this is a hell of a setup.
Esoteric.
You're building the suspicion, so let's hope we meet it. Yeah, I thought it was great to see him broing out with Sean and Jason and Chris too. Like that, worth noting. Real great, like justifying misogyny kind of moment. They were all like, "Ooh, you gotta kiss them all, but do it when they're not looking."
And it was
My
great.
wife was cool with it.
Yeah, you could see his apprehension to get involved with that, though. He's just kind of asking questions like, "Oh, is that is that really what it's all about? What about like the whole wife thing?" They're like, "Give it your 110%. Kiss them all."
And of course, like Chris Sewell's only brought it back to like, you need to make sure she fits in Iowa. Like,
Chris, this doesn't really apply here, man.
the only thing that matters to him is whether or not she can like husk corn or something. I don't know, like what.
You gotta make sure she's a good farmer, Ben. My girlfriend Whitney, my ex-girlfriend, womp womp. Yeah, they are broken up. I confirmed. Yeah, it
it's
sucks.
terrible.
Pour one out.
Poor Whitney. Sorry, girl.
Yeah, well.
Pour one out on the recorder. That's the
Yeah,
end of the show.
right on the technology. Let's move into the girls. I think there's so many to talk about, but we've got a few that we'd like to talk about off the bat. We liked Kayla. Kayla seemed really nice.
Oh man.
Although, giant red flag.
True.
She was bold and fun, but she dumped her boyfriend when she saw Ben on TV.
That's insane.
She's
Because
nuts.
I like Kayla too, but that is such a red flag, and he doesn't know it yet. That's the thing. She just confessed it to the world, but he doesn't know.
Can you imagine him sitting there right now, like assuming that they work out and that's and he's sitting there arm around, and she's like, And he's like, are you going to dump me for Sean Lowe? You just saw him, and he's perfect Sean. Or Chris, if you love corn.
Of course.
Just keep her away from the McDonald's commercials.
Oh, true. Whoa. We got to talk about
Let's
that.
go back to that.
That McDonald's commercial, I hope everyone saw it. I hope you didn't fast forward on through it because it's the greatest McDonald's commercial of all time.
The first commercial of all this whole season, and it was a great McDonald's commercial starring Ben with a girl that looks a lot like Jubilee Sharp.
Jubilee?
Yeah.
Jubilee.
And so,
Jubilee hot.
but it starred other people from the other seasons of The Bachelor,
reasons.
to my understanding, and I thought it was
yeah.
No, it was
amazing from an
Chris was
advertising
there.
perspective. It was incredible. I hope they run it again. I want to watch it again.
There? It was Sean and Catherine and one other couple.
But it was cool.
It's like
right?
Jason and Molly or someone else was in it.
Brandy and
From
No, that's
Guam?
Sean.
That was Sean.
Sean and Brandy from Guam, as Chris or
Oh,
as
that's
Jake
right,
used
that's
to
not
call
her
her.
name.
Yeah, Jake used to call her Brandy from Guam
Hey.
because if you go back and
That
look
was
at Catherine,
me.
she kind of looks like a Brandy from Guam. But yeah, Kayla, she seemed nice. Seemed like some giant red flags there. Becca and what's her face, Amber, the two comeback kids.
The twins.
I think
Like,
no. These are the comeback
Sorry,
kids.
sorry.
The twins are worth talking about too.
Literally
vets.
the two most forgettable women, in my opinion, from like any seasons I've seen.
Although
and
I forgot about the like virginity plot line. Like I forgot that she's still. Well, we presume she's still a virgin, and that's a weird thing to market yourself as.
yeah,
on
how
national
nice
television.
of Chris Harrison to be like, hey, by the way, we're going to keep you as the virgin. It's your only thing you're ever going to be on this show.
love
Welcome
Chris.
back.
I
We
love
actually
Chris.
didn't specify that was still a current up-to-date thing. He just said back on the other season, you were known as this thing. This was a big deal for you. So let's read between the lines here.
Rebranding. You know, it's the same price. It's Coke Zero. You know, it's Coke rebranded. It's Coke Zero.
It's new Coke, new Becca.
Becca Zero, still a virgin. Same great taste.
On point. And Amber, I mean, I don't remember anything about her. I remember more for Bachelor in Paradise, but she didn't do well there either. So let's hope she has a good season because she could use one. It's her third time's the charm. Let's hope.
I think Becca looks like the third Spears sister, in my opinion.
She's got a little Spears in her.
Yeah.
She's a little more Jamie than Brittany, Jamie Lynn.
Yeah.
You know.
Zoe 101 shouts out.
Speaking of dynamic duos, let's get into the twins.
Oh my.
Which ones?
There was Haley and Emily, and then there was Megan and her horse.
Couple of twins, big shocker.
There was the dynamic pairings right in a row. Megan,
Of
you're a
course,
beautiful
Ben with
girl.
both of them, and then our
this-
favorite
this-
host with the horse.
Yeah, of course, Chris with the horse. But yeah, that was nothing about Megan. They just set us up for that joke by putting them right after each other. Oh my God, nah, she seems great. But Emily and Haley, I assumed I would dislike, but they actually seem really nice.
They seem some like the nicest girls on the show so far.
They're
honestly.
what I'm waiting for more than anything else because you know that it's coming like week 4 where like they both start catching feelings and he likes one of them more than the other because it's gonna happen and then it's gonna blow up. They've never fought. You can see they've never
Yeah.
fought in their lives.
We saw it in the preview. She was like, "Is it going to be me or Haley or whatever?" One of them. I don't know. They're
Yeah,
the same
it's
thing.
nuts. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or if it's going to be as hurtful for me as it is how I know it's going to be for them. But it's going to make great TV. I know that much.
Jake the softie doesn't want to see families torn apart.
Hey, he just wants what's best for Ben, and I respect that.
I respect that too. I want what's best for Ben, and I don't think it's this show.
I'm just upset that Ben doesn't have a twin. This would be so much easier. What's wrong with
The
him?
twinchular, Ben and Den.
Well, see, they're casting for the next one. What if it's Emily and Haley as the next Bachelorettes?
Casey would be there in a heartbeat.
I'm ready.
I'd go too.
Okay, we're all going. We're all going. It'll be a lot of fun.
Catch us next
I'll
season
be
on The Bachelorette.
With Emily and Haley. Oh, we got marketing here, ABC. Check it out. We got Olivia, who got the first impression rose.
We have a
Best in
nickname for
show.
Miss Olivia.
I don't like
Oh
her.
yeah, we're calling her Best in Show because it's like she Wikipedia'd how to be a good person and just started spitting those things off to like flaunt herself and her proper canines, you know.
I have perfect SAT scores.
Yeah,
and
it's like just close your mouth. You know what I mean? Like she has one of the my pet peeves, which is smiling or laughing and then keeping the mouth open.
Would you do a visual demonstration for us?
Yeah, so it's like Ben's like, I'm just excited to be here, and she's like,
It was way more. Yeah,
For all you audio people out there, check out the YouTube video.
and there's a lot of
That's
teeth.
incentive.
There's a lot of teeth in that smile, audio people. Yeah, she seemed nice, but she is a news anchor, which is why she was like so comfortable on TV, obviously. And I don't know, she could be using this as a platform for her career, 100%.
Yeah, which ended a month prior to her coming on the show.
Shows dedication, though, which I'm sure Ben
it shows
loved.
that she was in a small enough market that she was willing to quit to try and get more exposure to move to like a bigger market.
Here's the thing that I'm worried about with her, though, is that Ben, he bought it. Like, he bought it hard. And he's
Clearly.
a small town boy, big heart, can't stay away.
Big heart can't lose. What's the one?
Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose.
Yeah, that's Ben's.
I'm scared for Ben.
Yeah, I am too, because she's going to crush him because she seems really fake. I mean, obviously very pretty girl, but she does not seem like honest. She doesn't seem honest.
She's not here for the right
She's
reasons,
not
which
here-
is a big thing for us here on the show.
We've already
not the only
I mean,
thing.
it's crazy. Yeah, if you're not here for the right reasons,
Get
I
out.
don't know why you're here. And that applies to the show. If you're not listening to the show for the right reasons, leave.
Yeah, go back.
Please do not step inside.
Yeah, don't click the welcome page on our homepage, which is beautiful. Visit www.batchboys.net.
Please.
And then there's Mandy, who I don't know why she stayed, other than that was producer
It
Stank.
was the producers.
Crazy
And
They want crazy.
My nickname for her is just Miss Tryhard.
Try.
It's so fake.
She
so
wants
fake.
to be crazy. She wants to be Onions. She wants to be Ashley S., but she's not. Ashley S. was funny, even though people thought she was crazy. She was trolling everybody.
I also don't think Mandy is like trolling. I don't think she.
No,
Like,
she's
Ashley
not.
S was brilliant. She was just doing her thing and like making this character and like having a great time doing it. Mandy's just weird.
I call her the Joker because she looks like she's going to threaten Batman at any time, and she was so focused on teeth and watching him chatter. And she doesn't look like Harley Quinn, like she looks like the Joker. So,
And weirdest moment when she did literally check his teeth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
in the oh my god.
Shouts out to her intro though. Super weird all the way throughout, but at the very end, when the guy smiles and reveals the gold tooth, and he goes, "Yes, thank you." That was awesome.
yeah, go back and rewatch that if you missed it. It was a beautiful moment.
I feel like it was definitely like a sound guy from the Bachelor's team. Like they're like, we need someone to be your patient. He's like, I got a tooth that needs fixing. You guys don't give me dental, so I'll do it.
Yeah, I bet ABC has a bad dental plan.
Definitely.
I hope. No, Chris
Olivia
Harrison's
doesn't.
Chris Harrison's got great teeth.
Oh, everybody's got great teeth. Like, they have to.
They all use
Ben's got amazing
Crest
teeth.
whitening strips before going on The Bachelor. Batch Boys, presented by Crest whitening strips. Crest, pay us for that.
Give us a call, Crest.
And of course, we're honorable mention Cindy Lou Who, attorney at law. That was the
My
girl
dad
who just
died. Ow, my face! It's
I know.
trying to move.
It's not obviously what happened to her is not funny, but I don't think it's okay to go on TV and like milk a story.
Well,
like
what
that.
was her real
Especially
name
when
again,
it
though?
has no value.
Her name was Samantha, but we call
Yeah,
her
yeah.
Cindy Lou Who, attorney at law, because she looks like Cindy Lou Who, and she just passed the bar exam. Congratulations, Samantha.
Samantha.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's audio people. Watch the video for Jake's impersonation of Samantha because it's pretty on point. Yeah, he's-
Good job, Samantha.
That's my character, Bachelor's feeblest fan.
Oh, Samantha, good job.
it's the character you were born to play.
Thank you.
And now, basically, that's all we really had to mention, and we can get into who went home. Lauren Russell, a.k.a. New Phone Who Dis, because he asked her 3 times for her name, and she wouldn't give it to him.
She was just so committed to the bit that she memorized for weeks, like that she just like, my name? I don't have a name. I just have a bit.
Yeah, she had a bit, and Tacky and I Hate You. Isabel had a bit with the onesie. I hate her.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad introductions.
But
this
then there
time.
was a good introduction, Colonel Sanders, a.k.a. Tierra,
Yeah.
the chicken enthusiast.
I liked her a lot.
I thought she was great. I really think
thought she was gonna go
She
further.
was pretty and well-spoken, and
Her intro is weird, but every communication I saw with her and Ben, it was awesome.
yeah, she had a weird gimmick, but she seemed like a really nice girl, and I was surprised she left, and especially when frickin' Lace stayed. We haven't even talked about Lace, that deranged lunatic.
At least she could speak English, unlike Anchor Baby.
Shoshana.
Shoshana. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, the anchor baby of the
Like,
episode.
she did not speak English one time, not even once on the whole show.
That's some producer stank, audience. That's what we're talking about. Like, there's no reason she should have stayed other than a producer was like, Ben, you got to keep this Russian chick. She's hilarious.
But like back to Lace, who is like the devil personified. I have never hated a woman more than I hate Lace.
She was drunk Regina George this week. Like she was just like so catty and sloppy drunk that it was like almost comical, but actually made me mad.
There was a clear progression too. Like it started. I was a big fan of her. Like you guys were like, no, and I was like, I love it. She speaks her mind. She's like totally, ripping on these people that are coming in with like dumb jokes.
You kept defending her at first.
I
too.
did,
You're like, oh,
and
she's
then
bold.
and then they flipped the switch and just kind of put it to 10 for a few seconds, and she was just boom, boom, mean thing, and I was just like, whoa.
And not even just in confessionals, which is normal, like to other girls, to their faces, to Ben.
Yeah.
Like she accused him of so many things that he didn't. He gave her a rose and she was like mad.
That was messed up. That was messed up.
I have a theory on why he did that. I think Lace and Ben have more in common than you guys realize. See,
Whoa, he is pretty fake. I don't know that he's fake, but it's my theory, my pet theory.
If you say that again, I will hurt you. I
he's a
love
great guy.
him. Perfect
here's
Ben.
the thing. I love Ben too. Don't get me wrong.
I've got you wrong.
But according to what Ryan S. has said, Ben, I don't think I'm lovable. Are you kidding me? He's a beautiful, beautiful man. Obviously a fish for a compliment. Lace doing the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. Also, I have to give Ben a slap on the wrist for this. A little man to man. Don't let this woman keep pulling you away from the conversations every time. Stand up for yourself and know that if you're not going to marry this woman, give the other girls the time of day.
Yeah.
Not this girl who's going to freak out for not looking at you in the eyes.
But I did respect how I really loved how he knew that her feelings were hurt and went back to make sure that she was okay, which is something you don't see a lot on The Bachelor, where like,
that's a nice touch, but then he's giving all his time to Lace and not to the girls who matter in the end.
That's directly against the advice he received at the beginning of the show from the three dude bros.
Exactly.
Is they said, you're going to break some hearts, it happens, go find your wife. And he's like, well, he's a good guy. He's a perfect Ben,
No, but they also said, don't, like, if someone doesn't give you a great first impression, don't count them off entirely. Because like Sean Lowe was like, I didn't even see Catherine until weeks in. And they're married, and like probably like one of the most happy marriages Bachelor's seen.
They're like
Brittany
the
from
golden
Guam?
couple. They're the golden couple of the
Golden
show.
boy.
But yeah, look, there's a lot to theorize about. We talked about first impressions. I think it's time to get into ours. At this point in the show, we're going to place bets on everyone's going to pick a contestant that they think is going to win or get the farthest. And we've arranged something of a bet that you, the audience, can submit embarrassing tasks for us to fulfill. It can be a weird photo you want to see, an embarrassing video, a stupid haircut, a barbershop,
No.
a barbershop trio. Yeah, wait, do the haircut. It could be anything you can think of for the three losing contestants to do as a punishment for not being correct. Submit your answers at www.batchboys.net. Tweet them at us. Instagram.
Have a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, have a
with
one-on-one
us.
conversation on the Introduce Yourself page.
We're gonna pick the best one we find as soon as we find it, and then we're gonna do it. We'll give you special shouts out. So hit us.
We'll name
hit
the
us up.
punishment after you.
True.
So let's get into picks. Who wants to go first?
Well, I think I'll take the lead. on
Okay,
this one.
go ahead.
Best in show.
Whoa,
Olivia.
no way. She'd have to
Okay,
brainwash
and
him.
here's the thing.
Olivia, just so everyone, best in show is Olivia, our nicknames.
Olivia, yeah.
You can head to
The
our
news
website to check out all these nicknames to cross-reference them with the people. Also, an up-to-date roster of who's still remaining. Best in show. Here's the thing. I don't really like her that much.
Who does?
I like Becca way more.
Ew, you
I
don't
think
know
Becca,
Becca.
the
You
vet,
You don't
the
know
vet.
anything about Becca other than
don't-
she's a virgin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's Harvard.
I think Ben would like that. Okay. And here's the thing with New Girl. According to the season preview, and this is all I have to go off of, I'm just playing with my head right now, all right? All the shots that we saw a lot of shots of a girl without her face, but I knew she was blonde, and the hair kind of matches Olivia, so I'm honestly just going off of that. It's kind of lame. Less impassioned than most other people, but
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight about it. I think she's fake, and I hope that she doesn't get far because she'll break his heart. Who wants to go next?
I'll pull up the leg. I want to go last.
Okay.
I'm very curious to hear
All
what
right,
you have to say.
I pick Lauren B. Lauren Bushnell. I pick her.
Good choice.
I think she just seemed really genuine, and watching in the season preview, it looked like she was hurting watching Ben get hurt, and I think I don't know, when they talked, it seemed like they had a real connection, and he didn't want the conversation to end. That's my pick. I pick Lauren B.
And just to agree with you for a second, if you saw their body language as they were having their one-on-one time, like during the night, it was close. Like I don't disagree with your pick. I think it's a smart pick.
All right.
But I feel very strongly about my so strongly that I could not remember her name. She is my darling Kayla Quinn.
Yeah.
And
the red flag?
yes.
Yeah.
She's going to dump her boyfriend
No.
for Sean.
Maybe after. Look, they're engaged. I'm not talking about whether or not their engagement lasts. What I'm talking about is whether or not he's going to pick her. And the reason he's going to pick her is because she's great.
She's great.
She has a red flag. She has some skeletons in her closet, but she's
Who
smart.
doesn't?
She's funny. She had some great comments. She's like a regular, new Caitlin Bristow for everyone. And I think they have a genuine connection too. So I get your Lauren, I get your Olivia, but I raise you one Kayla.
Okay.
I said
Jake,
Olivia, by the way. Just
bringing
so
up the rear. Bringing up the
Best in
rear,
show.
Jake. Who are you going to pick?
All of those are fantastic suggestions, 2 of which were on my list. But you know me, I'm big on sleeper agents. I'm going to have to give it to Jolie Fletcher, JoJo.
Joelle.
Oh, Joelle. Sorry, excuse me.
JoJo's Bizarre Entrance.
I'm giving it to JoJo. We didn't see much of her, but what we did see is that she's not afraid to speak her mind. She spoke to the camera and to other women, which is good because people like Red Velvet don't make impressions. They
Red
go off to
Velvet.
themselves,
Poor
and
Red Velvet.
they sip
Laura.
their wine, and sadly they go home. But
Red
JoJo
Velvet-
is just the right mix.
Red Velvet was Laura. Laura, she was the self-deprecating one who went home. Laura, you're beautiful. You have more self-confidence. That was why you probably brought yourself down, because Ben couldn't see what you don't see in yourself. Laura, you're a beautiful girl. We love you a lot. Come hang out with us on the Bach Boys. We got to take a moment and say our goodbyes now. So one more pitch to get you to the Twitter, @BatchBoys, the Instagram, @TheBatchBoys, and www.batchboys.net.
And Facebook.com/BatchBoys.
And like us on Facebook. Yes, facebook.com/BatchBoys. We're taking a moment to say our goodbyes. Remember to submit your idea for the losing punishment. And who knows, we'll name it after you, and we'll all end up doing it, whoever loses. So cheers to the commitment to the bet and to an exciting season of the Bach Boys.
For Ben.
For Ben!